Welcome to Discovery! Welcome everyone to another episode of Discovery. It is time for... Today we're doing... I have no idea what we're doing, guys. Oh my god. See, my head is so foggy at the moment since I caught COVID. And I'm trying to film for you guys and everything like that. And I thought I was ready to film this, but... To be honest, maybe I should wait for a little while. But regardless, I got the camera rolling. I got the fucking lights, which is so damn fucking bright at the moment. Holy shit. Turn it down a little bit. Ooh, blue. Ooh, warm. Ooh, bright. I like that color. Blue's cool. Alright, blue. Very Burzum-esque, isn't it? Blue, atmospheric black metal, you think of blue. If you want a video all about blue, go check out my mate Questy's video all about blue metal albums and his favorite blue metal albums. Anyway, enough of that shill. Today it is Burzum. We are reviewing Burzum's albums along with the rankings. So I'm going to discuss and review all Burzum's albums, and then later on we're going to do an album ranking. So this is a pretty gigantic video in the making. It's going to be fun, I suppose. So you know the drill. Before I start, pop your favorite Burzum moments, pop your favorite Varg moments, and also pop your favorite album moments, and also pop your favorite albums down below. And you know what? Let's get on with the Burzum review. So, in case you don't know, Varg Vikernes is the mastermind of Burzum. Vikernes, God, it sounds like an alcoholic beverage. If you say Vikernes a few times, it sounds like a beer or something like that. But anyway, Varg, also known as Christian, Count Grishnak. He goes by a lot of names. You know, when he was a teenager, he had some gatherings, and the media would say they were satanic rituals. They weren't satanic rituals, and certainly it was real. They used to bash each other with fucking bats and everything like that, what the Vikings used to do. It didn't stop him because he was a very avid gamer, and he was also into the Tolkien world, Lord of the Rings, and everything like that. And this is what inspired Burzum later on. Varg was in a band between 1988 and 1989, and he was in a band called Yore, and they were an extreme metal band. These riffs were later on utilized on Burzum albums such as Det Som Engang Var and even Burzum. Apparently a lot of the riffs were recycled on Burzum albums from Yore. You can tell that Varg was into Lord of the Rings just because of the fucking band name Yore. Yore is some form of orc in the Tolkien world. Interesting story overall. Varg was really good friends with his band members, and even the drummer pulled out a revolver because Varg said to the drummer he was a fatso one time at a party. I think it was throughout 1989. He went to another band called Old Funeral, and they were playing death metal apparently. And then later on he went to Sataniel. Abif was also involved in Sataniel, so he's basically with Immortal in the band Sataniel. So Varg had a lot of inspiration. He was an avid gamer. He also loved the Tolkien world. He loved Sauron. Apparently he said he was more on the villain side, so he was more with Sauron and Sauron's ring, and he got the name Burzum through the ring. And through the last line there is the word Burzum, and this is the language of black speech. Burzum means darkness, and he utilized some riffs from Yore to the first album, which was Burzum. Overall, the album covers from Burzum to Hvis Lyset Tar Oss has a concept to it. If you have a look at the actual album cover Burzum, you got this silhouette of a human or some kind of figure. You could either say it's probably one of the ring wraiths or something like that. And then you got a figure of a tree. Now, if you have a look at Det Som Engang Var, have a look at that massive fortress and that little silhouette down there. That is from the first album. That was from his debut album. So there is a story tied to it. Okay, so let's get on with it. He released Burzum in 1992 through Death Like Silence Productions. This was Euronymous' label. overall, this is a very atmospheric, dark album. It is cold in tone, and Varg's vocals are so damn vicious and just so damn raw. This is a very raw black metal album with some great songs like Ear Lord of the Depths, which Euronymous apparently changed it to Ear Lord of the Deep. So I don't think Varg was happy that Euronymous changed the song title throughout this album. And this is what really caused, you know, the crazy tension between Euronymous and Varg, because obviously Euronymous wanted to control Varg. Varg never really wanted to tour. He wanted to escape reality, and obviously he provided an album like Burzum. Once you listen to it, you would escape the modern day reality. So overall, the actual album is fantastic. You got the classic song, War. That riff on War is amazing. I love War. The Crying Orc, that beautiful instrumental. The Spell of Destruction, such a great song. A Lost Forgotten Sad Spirit. The riffs on that are fantastic. This is riff galore. This album's fantastic. It is one of my favorite Burzum albums, to be honest, and I think it's so damn good. Dungeons of Darkness is basically, it feels like you are entering in a cave in a token world and you're about to fight some orcs. Holy shit. But I just love the layout of this album. There are just subtle, beautiful ambience on this album, along with just aggressive black metal. A lot of black metal bands were inspired by this LP, and this is why this is a legendary LP. In 1993, he released Aske. This EP eventually collaborated with their self-titled album. So this EP was released on March 10th, 1993 through Death Like Silence. And yeah, it's a good EP, running about 20 minutes. There's nothing really much I can say. Domus Satanis is a really scary ambient track to lead on to A Lost Forgotten Sad Spirit, which is one of my favorite Burzum songs of all time. I love the vocals on this, but the production is very similar to the debut album. It's actually got the church burning, which apparently he was accused of burning churches through his satanic rituals or something like that, along with Euronymous apparently. So pretty controversial album cover as well. But Aske by Burzum is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so Varg was very busy on August 20th, 1993. Through Simofane Records. So he did change labels. Euronymous and Varg had fallen out during that time. Chaos during this period. Det Som Engang Var. And I tell you what an amazing album this is. It is one of my favorites. The melodies are there. It's just infectious in tone. Key to the Gate, absolutely fantastic. The drumming's a little bit more crisper on this album. It's better production, you could say. In Ring Til Art Husky, absolutely amazing song. He's vicious, just screams on that. His shrieks are just agonizing. Honzi Reister, an incredible instrumental overall. Love the ambiency. You can tell that this is where he is heading. He just doesn't want to make black metal. He wants to make some ambient tracks. And you get these ambient tracks. You get track 7 as well, which I can't pronounce. Snoo Mikrokosmos Tang. Amazing song. I love the riffs on that. Love the drums. And yeah, to end off the album, Svarte Drone. Svarte Drone is basically another really dark, noisy, ambient track. The album cover is amazing. It also tells a story of the self-titled album as well, his debut album, as the little figure is right down in ground level, looking upon a huge fucking fortress. But I love the track listing on this. Again, one of my favorite Burzum albums. Not as good as the debut album in my opinion. but it is up there. I suppose the only pet hate is how the album ends, I suppose, but I just feel that song should have ended off this album. So Burzum released Hvis Lyset Tar Oss. This is one of my favorite Burzum albums again, through Misanthropy Records, and I tell you what, this is an all-banger album. It is absolutely amazing. It's a pretty short album, you could say. There's only 4 tracks, but Burzum wanted to create, Varg wanted to create some longer ambient tracks. Yes, there are some beautiful ambient tracks through Tom Hay, absolutely amazing ambient instrumental. Det Som Engang Var is such an incredible, not the album, but the actual track on Hvis Lyset Tar Oss is so damn good. The drumming on this is absolutely spectacular in my opinion. I love the drums. Varg is so good at drumming, and yeah, it is just an absolutely incredible album from start to finish. Absolutely friggin' love it. I think this is a masterpiece by Burzum, to be honest, and there's no faults. There's really no faults. No faults. The production is good. It is so damn good. And in 1994, and this is the year where Varg went to prison, he was the accused to Euronymous' brutal stabbing, and not talking about the details of his death or anything like that, since this is a Burzum discography review. But yeah, did he do it or did he not? Did he do it for self-defense or not? We may never know. He says he did it for self-defense. We will never know, to be honest. Yeah, all we can say that Euronymous was apparently an absolute prick to everyone. Of course, Varg was involved in Mayhem's debut album, De Mysteriis Dom Satanas. Didn't stop Varg releasing new music. Through Misanthropy Records in 1996, Filosofem was released. So Varg was in prison in 1996, but he recorded Filosofem, I believe, in 1992 to 1993. This is a very eerie, atmospheric album. You got songs like Dunkelheit, you got songs like Dunkelheit, the buzzing guitars, along with the excellent synth work. There are some fantastic synth work on this, and the synth work really is utilized track 5 with the 25-minute song, which I never understood, the 25-minute instrumental, which is the ongoing repetitiveness of the same sort of notes over and over again with a different variation change midway throughout the song. First half is spectacular, but track 5 and track 6, all instrumentals. A lot of people fucking adore this album, and I think usually I just listen to tracks 1 to 4 and don't actually listen to 5 or 6 because they're just monotonous instrumentals. But the synth work is fantastic. But I tell you what, you will never forget the melodies throughout track 5 and track 6 ever again. You will never forget it because you listen to it on and on and on. But yeah, Burzum Filosofem, very good album overall. So as Varg is doing the yards of Euronymous' murder, he releases Daudi Baudrs through Misanthropy Records on October 14th, 1997. This is all Varg had. This is all he had was a little keyboard or little synth board. And he curated 6 songs for Daudi Baudrs. And I'll tell you what, the melodies are absolutely fantastic. Now, according to his website, so apparently these melodies were actual guitar riffs. Recycled guitar riffs from his band Uruguay. So there are no guitars, it's just synth work. And Daudi Baudrs, the self-titled track, is probably my favorite instrumental by Burzum. Holy shit, that song is fucking amazing. I love it, and it's so damn long, but it's just so damn fun. I love the melodies, and every single song on this album is so damn good. It's just a synth board. It works overall. Daudi Baudrs is fantastic. It really is. And I just love how there are some beautiful subtle moments, but there are also some heavy moments, especially through Daudi Baudrs, through the synth work. And yeah, it works overall. Love the chord progression. It's a very sounding medieval album, but yeah, holy shit, it works overall. Burzum, in 1999, on April 26th, released an album, Hlidsjálf. This is a very dark and ambient album. It is all instrumental, you could say, but it's got some very heavy moments on this. There's a lot of synth work on this, and there's a lot of just really dark ambient passages, and it really works overall. But I just feel that Daudi Baudrs is slightly better in my opinion. But this was released through Misanthropy Records once again, and Varg was really pushing his time, running about 33 minutes. It's an okay album overall. I just feel it's one of the weakest Burzum albums because the melodies aren't as great as the other albums that I have mentioned. And yeah, it's an okay album, I suppose. There's nothing really much I can say about this LP. It's very dark, it's very ambient in tone. There's no vocals on this, and I just feel that Daudi Baudrs just did so much better than Hlidsjálf. But yeah, overall it's a okay album. Okay, there was a massive gap between albums from 1999. He finally released another album as he got out of prison, March 8th, 2010, through Daudi Productions. And this is none other than Belus. And I'll tell you what, this is when Varg goes back to black metal. The Syrian guitars on this, the atmosphere, and none other than the synth work is absolutely fucking fantastic. I love his mature vocals on this. They are a lot better in my opinion. The vocals are so much better than his debut album, than the second album as well, than Hvis Lyset Tar Oss. Like, the melodies on those albums are so damn good, the production so damn good. This is a more mature Burzum, and it really works overall. This is just a fantastic LP. To think this was released 12 years ago, and he still does black metal on this. This is searing black metal at its best, very atmospheric. Belus taught so damn good. Got songs like Killer Hishten. Oh my god, what a fucking fantastic song. Morgan Rode, holy crap, what an amazing song that is. He does some incredible guitar work on this, some solos, some searing, just aggressive black metal, and it works overall. There's some beautiful, beautiful ambiency on this album as well. But yeah, this is a pretty fierce black metal album by Burzum, and my god, it is one of the best Burzum albums in my opinion. It is up there, it is right up there. Just a solid album overall. March 7th, 2011, he releases Fallen. Burzum releases Fallen through Daudi Productions. And yeah, this is another fantastic black metal album. It's not as good as Belus, but it does sound like Belus. It's got that really just Burzum-esque production. the modern day Burzum-esque production. It is really good album. I love it. I jam it all the time. Yeah, it's controversial, but I feel that Daudi Baudrs is slightly better than Fallen just because of the melodies. The melodies aren't as infectious on Fallen, to be honest. I do enjoy it for what it is. It is such a really good album. Drumming isn't as great as Belus. Dare I say it's more progressive than anything. And yeah, Fallen by Burzum is a good album overall, but it just misses Belus's standards in my opinion. Just below Belus in my opinion. Yeah, you know what? He was so fucking busy throughout 2010, 2012, and even 2013. Vag in Burzum releases Umskiptar on May 21st, 2012 through Daudi Baudrs Productions. This is a fantastic album. The guitar riffs are absolutely amazing. The vocals are more talkative, you could say, but it's like a demon is fucking talking to you. I love Vag's vocals on this. Less black metal vocals, more of those really demonish growls, you could say. He does talk very softly at times throughout song. But Yawn, what an absolutely incredible song Yawn is, along with Alpha Dance. Holy shit, that's probably one of the most heaviest Burzum songs I have heard. Yeah, the guitar work is so damn good on this. I love Galadar, what an incredible song. Galvior, Umskiptar is so damn good. It really is. Apparently he's reading a poem through the songs. But I just love how this album flows, man. It flows like water and it goes by so damn fucking quick. In my opinion, this is the best modern day Burzum album. Yes, I'm gonna say it is the best modern day Burzum album. I feel like it's a lot better than Fallen and even Belus. Oh, blasphemy, but I love it. It's one of my most played Burzum albums. It's fantastic. The melodies are so damn good on this. It's so damn good. Definitely check out Umskiptar. It is such a fucking fantastic Burzum album. The vocals are just so damn infectious. Just the lead guitar is amazing. The drumming is on point on this. And I just really do enjoy it. It is one of the best Burzum albums in my opinion, and you know, this will be up in the rankings for sure after my discography review. But yeah, wow, whoa. But you can tell that Burzum is, you can tell that Vag is leading into a much softer approach as the album slowly comes to an end. This is close to a masterpiece of an album by Burzum. It is a masterpiece in my opinion. It is such a spectacular piece of work by Burzum. It's his last good piece of work, because the albums after it I'm not really a big fan of. So after Umskiptar, Vag said that was it for black metal. He's not doing any black metal anymore. He's just doing ambience and folky work now. So he released Soul Austan Mana Vestan through Bioblog Productions on May 27th, 2013. This is a very good album by Burzum. It really is. It is just ambiency. It's just an ambient album with some very nice, beautiful instrumentals along the way. This isn't a heavy album, not a heavy album. It is just very synthy, with a lot of synths utilized on this album. It's a very good LP to meditate to. But yeah, there's really nothing much I can say. It's a very long LP, around about 58 minutes. It's not as exciting as Belus, not exciting as Fallen, not exciting as the debut album, certainly not as exciting as Umskiptar. To be honest, it's a decline from here now to the end of his career. Okay, so Burzum. in June 2nd, 2014, released the Ways of Yore through Bioblog Records. Productions, whatever, and you can tell I'm not very interested in this album, to be honest. I've heard it a few times, and Heil Odin is probably the best song off the album, in my opinion. There are some cool instrumentals, more folky than anything, more folky, just beautiful acoustic guitars along the way. It's an okay album, I suppose. There are some cool instrumentals. Emptiness is just a weird ambient track. God from the Machine. The Portal is a cool instrumental, you could say. To Hell and Back Again, probably the best instrumental off this album, to be honest. But yeah, The Ways of Yore is an okay album by Burzum. So in 2018, he announced to his community that he is done with Burzum. But we got a surprise when he released an album in 2020 called Thulean Mysteries. Thulean Mysteries, whatever. Through Bioblog Productions on March 13th, 2020. And what can I say? It's okay, I guess. It's an okay album. The magic has gone with Burzum. It's just folky, cool instrumentals now and again. His vocals are pretty good on this, to be honest. He utilizes really nice, clean, deep vocals that really work overall. I feel like it's better than probably The Way of Yore, to be honest, but there are some really nice instrumentals. Meditative album, you could say. Pretty relaxing album. But yeah, you can tell that Burzum is done with black metal. Good album overall, you could say. It's not metal per se. Like Way of Yore, Thulean Mysteries isn't metal. It isn't metal. He's done with black metal. He's done with even rock. Burzum is finished. And this could be his last album, you could say. Varg's last album. And yeah, he's had a hell of a ride, that's for sure. So let's get on with this ranking. So coming last is none other than The Ways of Yore. Like I said, I enjoyed the album, but I feel like it's just, it's an okay album, I suppose. There are cool instrumentals, really enjoy his vocals. Like I said, Heil Odin is just a fantastic, catchy song. But yeah, it's a good album overall. Next up is Thulean Mysteries. Look, this was his last album, and you know what? There's nothing really much I can say. It's got some cool instrumentals, got some cool guitar work, acoustic guitar, and it's very folky at times, but there's really nothing much I can say about Thulean Mysteries. Next up is Hlidsjálf, and you know what? This is a pretty cool album. Like, listening to this again, I thoroughly fucking enjoyed it. Love the ambiency on this, love the passages. To be honest, it is a pretty dark and atmospheric album, but yeah. Hlidsjálf sits here. Next up is Austan many Vestan. This is a pretty good ambient album. I really do enjoy it. I love how you can listen to this in bed and you'll just slowly drift off to sleep. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful album. The synth melodies are awesome as well. Some really nice instrumentals, very subtle tracks as well. But yeah, Austan many Vestan is a good LP by Burzum. Next up is Fallen. This is a really good black metal album, but I feel like this is his weakest album for black metal. Burzum really channels in the atmosphere on this, and the synth work is really good. I love this album overall. I just feel there are just a few flaws on this LP. The melodies aren't as good as the other albums that I have mentioned, but yeah, what can I say? Fallen is a good LP. Next up is Daudi Baudrs, and Daudi Baudrs is a fantastic album. I love the melodies on this. I love how He utilizes riffs from Yore through the synth board. It is fantastic. It's a very good album. Like Daudi Baudrs, the fucking self-titled track is absolutely amazing. There's really nothing much I can say about it. It's right in the middle of being one of the best Burzum albums. Okay, so this might piss some people off, but next up is Filosofem, and Filosofem is a great album overall, but like I said, I complained about the instrumentals in track 5 and 6. Although the first 4 tracks are fucking legendary in my opinion, and they are fucking fantastic, I just feel that, you know what, 5 and 6, the 25-minute track is good. It could have been cut down half, to be honest, or even 3/4, because of the same monotonous melody over and over again. Track 1 to 4 is so damn good, not to mention the beautiful synths on this and the buzzing Burzum guitars on it. So damn good. But yeah, I just feel like I enjoy other albums. I enjoy other albums better than Filosofem. And this will really piss some of you off. Next up is Umskiptar. Wow, what can I say? An amazing album. I've played this album so many times. It is one of my most played albums by Burzum, and I fucking love it. The melodies are so damn good. Although he talks on this, to be honest, more talks on this, but he talks very demonish on this, and it works overall. But yeah, Umskiptar is so damn good. Melodies are amazing. Guitar work, the drumming is spectacular. There's some really good atmospheric moments. It is just an incredible, different black metal album. He utilizes cleaner vocals, utilizes much more really guttural, demonish vocals as well. But he just talks, and it just works overall, and I fucking love it. The melodies are there, it's so damn good. Next up is Belus, and hello, this is his comeback album from prison, and holy shit, this album slaps hard. I already discussed what I thought about Belus, and it's such an incredible fucking album, really is. Melodies are there, guitar work is there, the atmosphere is there, the synth work is there. It is just Burzum. His return to black metal is absolutely spectacular, and I fucking love it. It's just melodies. The melodies just really do get stuck in your head on this. It is one of the best Burzum albums. Okay, a lot of people will probably disagree. It's Det Som Engang Var, and this is his sophomore album. This is Burzum's sophomore album, an incredible piece of work. Absolutely adore it. I just feel like there are 2 other albums that are better, in my opinion. Fantastic album, fantastic LP. I love the instrumentals on this. Handsome Rice there, such a great song. The production is a little bit different on this album, especially the drums are a little bit more crisper than the self-titled, than the debut album. But yeah, really works overall. It is one of the best Burzum albums, and yeah, I would pick it up any day. Okay, so next up is these 2 albums that I really have trouble with, but at the moment it's the debut album Burzum and the EP Aske, which is an amazing album, amazing EP as well. Yeah, really nothing much I can say about this. This is just an incredible, atmospheric, just straightforward black metal album. Got fun songs like War. That riff, that riff is amazing. It's a riff galore, fantastic album, to be honest. Love his vocals on this. Although Belus's vocals are much more better than these vocals, it just works overall. This is classic Burzum. This is where a lot of metal bands, a lot of black metal bands point out that they were inspired by this album, and it's just absolutely incredible. Already discussed what I like about this album. Already discussed the review on this album, so I'm not going to go deep into it again. Such a fantastic fucking album. Go check it out. Okay, and finally, my favorite Burzum album is Hvis Lyset Tar Oss, the ones with the crows on it. It is an amazing album. The drumming is absolutely spectacular. I love the drum work on this. Like, Varg's drum work is absolutely amazing. My voice is going as well. Love the instrumentals. Love the ambiency on this. It's atmospheric. It's dark. It's those cold, dark riffs as well. It works overall. His vocals are fantastic. Burzum Hvis Lyset Tar Oss is my #1 Burzum album. Wow. So yeah, this was a very long video. I hope you guys did enjoy. So join me next time. Let me know what you thought about this brand new format of the album ranking. And do you agree, disagree with my opinion? It's alright if you disagree. Keep the discussion going in the comment section below. And I will see you in the next one.